Hello. One last game for today, then I'm going to sleep. We are looking here at the Pearl Springs chess tournament, which Magnus won with 8 out of 10 plus 6. Awesome performance by Magnus. The last game here is a game against Wang, and they're playing the slot. Here, knight e5 is interesting. Another mainline possible line is like playing e3, something like this is normal theory. But if black wants to win, this one is very sharp, and you have to know a lot. There are two main lines here, one that black plays, and the other is a piece sacrifice that's extremely forcing, and you need to know a lot here if you play this as white. It goes like this. These moves are quite forced. And yeah, you can see black almost has compensation here. But Wang chooses another move, and these ones are also quite forced here. Now white always do g3 to try to do bishop f4 and bishop g2. So black does that one, takes, and here, and he has to defend. And now black makes an interesting move here, g5. If white takes twice on e5, then black gets the bishop pair enough. But white has an important in-between move here. And if black does that one, then you can just take here, because you couldn't do that before because the knight was hanging. So that's the tactics behind this move. So black takes here, white takes here, and castle. And this is kinda like an important tabia for this opening. Tabia is typical position that often gets played because it's relatively forcing to get here if white starts this knight e5 maneuver. So let's see how Magnus does here. It's a very nice, interesting opening because it will be white will cast a king side and it will be attacks on different sides. So it will be a fun game to watch here. But it looks a bit better for white. It looks like his king is a bit safer here with the bishop and pawn, and something like a5, a6 or b4, b5. It's just black has this one, but it just feels like maybe white is one tempo ahead. I thought also maybe that maybe a5 here was fine, but yeah, no, the computer doesn't like it. The computer likes Magnus' move. I guess it threatens like this. So black tries that one to try to blockade here, and now Magnus does a very nice tactic, I think. He does that one, which can be taken by two pieces, but none of them are very good. It looks logical to take with the bishop, but the problem is that it's this fork here. And now it gets traded here. a5, a6. I want to do that every time, but apparently rook here and just try to take back. So this one defending here, and apparently you can take here. Let's see how that line goes. Okay, so it looks like this is only one. That's a strange line. Like no human would understand this one, but there is like still some kind of an attack here apparently. it's almost mate here. So he has to do like that. Maybe take first. And now it's something different. I don't see what's the difference here. Okay, the difference is that you can't take like this, and now you can do like that. Yeah, it's a too long analysis now, but it showed why it was dangerous to take here with the bishop. And Magnus, this might have been known opening theory to the players also. If I knew quite far, so it's just a few more moves than I know, and this is not even an opening that I play. So with either side, so it's likely that they might know this stuff, and this is the way to play. So here white has apparently knight b5, knight e2, knight e4, lots of different lines. Even apparently this is playable, but Magnus shows the best move according to the computer. This is also correct. Okay, here knight f3 was best. Played at endgame. Okay. Yeah, black plays white, h5. And now a5 is correct. Try to go for a6, I guess, but he did something else. So then they're obviously out of theory when they start to making inaccuracies. Okay. So he sacrifices here. Yeah, the computer doesn't hate that one. They think it's fine. But apparently they didn't like Rook c8, knight e7 is correct. Then only moves this. That's a weird, it looks like you can take it, but I guess you could do something like this. Okay, so it's threatening here, I have to go here. Takes. Okay, so this one I'm playing with a piece down. The computer says it's fine. What happens if you do this? Okay, that's just a rook down. Okay, so I guess Magnus would have had to play this position, but there is, yeah, some play here and a5 or something. Or rook b5. There is some play for white, but there is. He has one pawn for the piece and one pawn in place. He's one point down. Okay, so this one was wrong. He did the best one. Apparently this was also possible. Yeah, it's even pieces, but black's, yeah, black's pawn looks a bit weak, but they're defending the king, so, and h4 is coming, so it's unclear here also. But it took here. And I guess it must take back. Yeah, rook c7 is normal. They are playing correctly here. Okay, but c5 was interesting. This would have been a very complicated game as well. And I also see that this is also possible to go here. What would have happened there? Complex lines. But this is a bit safer for white here. Okay, but he took like this, and then that gave Magnus the chance to take here with check. Yeah, white king is also a bit open, like if you just could get the queen in somewhere for black, it would be good. Of course, this is not a threat because of the check here. So you did rook d8, computer likes this best. Yeah, it looks, according to the computer, it's quite even, so. Yeah, now again, knight e. I guess it's good to cover some weaknesses here with knight e7. Okay, so queen f1 was a big mistake. He could have gotten an advantage with this. Guess he's threatening here. Or also this. Maybe here, trying to sack here, then here. And what if he sacks? Then go away. Very complex stuff, but I can read that white is winning here, but this is just a bit too complicated for me. It's quite late to understand why, but I'm gonna cross the computer here. And what if c5? Then again this one. No, not like this. Because of the rook's hangers, I have to go like this. Okay, this is clear pawn up for white. So that's not so good. So it would have been better to try this rook g8 here for black. Okay, but Magnus didn't do that. He played king f1. Why is that bad? Okay, it's because he can centralize the queen now. But he didn't do that. He made a blunder here. Yeah, it's always good to centralize your queen on the fields that are weak. So white is weak on the white square, so you should centralize the queen on a white square. That's logical. But this is a blunder because of a tactic that Magnus missed. Let's see what's happening here. I guess here. I guess Magnus missed this. 2 pawns up for nothing. And there is nothing else here. Okay, yeah, also 2 pawns up for nothing. Yeah, it's it's a little bit weak that Magnus missed that tactic. What about here? You take and then check, yeah. Okay, so he did that one instead, and now black had a chance to centralize the queen on the correct square again. But he didn't, he may play like that. Okay, so if it takes here, and then I don't know which is the best move here. Looks like he wants to move the king now. How is this? Yeah, this doesn't look so clear, I think, because this black has a passer here. Let's see what happened. He went here, or he should have gone first. Okay, I took with the pawn here. Yeah, the computer likes that the most, but it is also nice to have a passer of his own. Okay, yeah, there's two very bad play now, lots of mistakes from both sides. White got in a blockading knight here. Why not check and take the open file? But okay, maybe he wants the rook to defend here so he can go up with the king. Now he checks apparently. Strange that Magnus won this game, but yeah, looks quite close to a draw here. But of course, if anyone is better, it's white. And also knights are always tricky pieces, so they might end with a fork or something like that. Okay, takes here. Yeah, that's knight and rook is of course a draw against the rook. Two knights and a rook against a knight, I don't know. But that's white's chance, he shouldn't trade knight. Oh, sorry. Okay, and here black made a losing move. Only move was this. This tactic. That's an interesting tactic. That's a very cute tactic actually. I don't know if you see it. Here, 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 here. But isn't this a draw? Isn't this a win for white? Basically there are, if like without pawns it would have been a draw, but I think this might be a win for white, because you should blockade one of the pawns here, win this one, and drive the king and knight to the corner. And then, because this pawn is like this, then you have lots of time to, like, if you can stalemate black, then this pawn needs to go like a long time. So I think actually this is a winning position for white as well. Computer doesn't really realize that, but he would realize that a bit later. Okay, so rook b3 doesn't work because why? Okay, so if he goes king a8, it's knight c7 and rook b7 mate. So he has to go here. Check. Okay, and he wins the knight by force like this. And now this is of course an easy win because there are still rooks left on the board. So black resigned here. Yeah, nice win by Magnus. It was a lot of mistakes from both sides here, but it was a complicated middle game. Okay, see you next game.